Before I start talking about the game, before I start talking about the World Cup itself, I would like to say something. I've been hearing about a lot of stuff about conspiracies, favoritism, if you want to call, basically whatever you want to call it. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about, especially toward Argentina, but and Messi, but you know what it is, but you just have to ignore that. You just have to enjoy the game. You just have to enjoy the moment. And probably for the first time ever, we have the top four teams facing each other. So we have two, three, maybe potentially, yeah, four games that's going to be entertaining. Regardless of who wins, it's going to be entertaining. That's one thing you can guarantee. So instead of not enjoying the game, instead of talking about politics, instead of talking about all that other nonsense, just focus on the game, enjoy the game, and enjoy the moment while it lasts. It don't matter who wins. I have a team that like one. There's a team that I wanted to win. They already got knocked out. There's another team that I wanted to win. But when that team lost, I never said it because it was this, because it was favoritism, because it was this, because it was that. No, they lost. Like all the African teams, they lost because they could not defend. They're gonna defend 30, 40, 50, 90 minutes, but they can't defend literally 10 minutes. 10 minutes. They can't defend 10 minutes. Now you're gonna go blame the ref for that? You're gonna go blame for the VAR for that? That's just nonsense, man. That's just nonsense. I want every African team to go through. But guess what happened? They didn't. They collapsed. Now let's talk about the game. The two most important games of these players' lives. And a shot at the final. Because today we get Argentina against England, and we have France against Spain, the two best teams probably at this World Cup. And now let's start talking about France and Spain, because this is not the two teams that face in the Euros. This is not the two nations that face in the Nations League. This is two completely different teams. It's completely different teams. This is not the same Mbappe. This is not the same Yamal. This is not the same Bedri. This is not the same Tuchemeni or anybody else. And if you want to talk about like who's favorite to win, of course France is favorite against anybody. France is favorite on paper. France is always favorite, regardless of who you're facing, regardless who it is. France is favorite on paper. But this Spain team has been defensively, has been rock solid, has been defending. I know they haven't faced great deal of players, They faced the one time they conceded a goal, it was last game against Belgium. And you gotta be honest, man, that was brilliant goal. That was brilliant work of art. That's what they do. That's the only way you can concede. And of course, if you give space to this France team, they're gonna hurt you. So Spain need to be smart. Lamine Yamal has not had a great game, a great tournament overall. And he needs his moment. He needs his moment. He can do better. I know he had a good game, but he didn't have the kind of games that you usually want. This is probably the greatest player in the best two seasons, no doubt. But in this World Cup, probably you can say he's injured. You can say he's 18, 19 right now, whatever you want to call it. That's nothing to do with this. That's nothing to do with how he plays. We've seen how he plays. We've seen how he plays, and that is the standard that we're gonna hold against him. And we're gonna talk about other players for France, the same in that standards. But for Lamine Yamal, for Bedri, for Rodri, their ceiling is high, man. Their ceiling is very high. Their ceiling is up there. So whenever you wanna like know if they play or good or bad, you're not gonna compare to someone that's lower than the level. No, you have to go to their level and then decide how they played. You can't just say, "Oh, they're up there, but they play like this." No, you have to basically play the level the playing. So this is literally, when it comes to attacking, they're one of the worst teams. That was one of the worst Spains I have seen going forward. But keeping the ball, pressing, defending, the best one, the best in this tournament. Let's talk about France for a little bit. This is not the France that faced Spain against in the Euros or in the Nations League. And this is not the Mbappe that faced France. This is not the Mbappe that faced Spain in the Euros. It's completely different. Mbappe from Real Madrid, Mbappe from France in the Euros, Mbappe from the Nations League is completely different to Mbappe, the World Cup player. Mbappe, the World Cup player, is the greatest World Cup player we probably have seen ever, ever, and that's why you cannot say this French team is not. It's not gonna do nothing. You can't say that. So that's why if you look at the lineup right here. So if you look at this, this is pretty much how they're gonna line up. This is pretty much how they're gonna line. This is how they've been lining up. Maybe this guy will not start. This guy will not start. They're saying he has not started for a while, and they put him on the starting lineup. It's not gonna happen, my guy. It's not gonna happen. But this Mbappe man is a beast. Is he's a beast, man. He's a beast. Probably he has 8 goals, right, in this World Cup. He has 8 goals, right? Is this the was 8? Yeah, 8 goals. He has 8 goals. 7. Okay, penalties. Okay, no, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. You see, but the point is, he's having a great World Cup, as he always does. He always have a good World Cup. This is the greatest World Cup player we probably seen. The greatest. And he's only 27 years old. He can probably play 2 more World Cups. Imagine that. He's gonna break a lot of records. I don't want him to do it. I'm against France. I don't like France, to be honest with you. But you can't hate the player. If you don't like the team, if you don't want that nation to win, regardless of who you want it to win, you gotta respect the player they have. You gotta respect Mbappe. You gotta respect Olise. You gotta respect Dembele. You gotta respect Saliba. You gotta respect Upamecano, who's probably the best defender in this World Cup, alongside Saliba, alongside Kubasi, the top 3 defenders in this World Cup. No questions. Spain. Spain need to do a lot better. They need to sub this guy. They need to substitute this guy if they want to have any chance of winning this game. They need their players. They need their top players. They need Oyarzabal, who was not as good as he should be for Spain. He kind of looks like the Real Sociedad player, but not the Spain player. It's completely different things. Same as Zimbabwe. Completely different things. And now he needs to show up. He needs to wake up and say, I will get you guys over the line. That's the only way that they can beat France. That's the only way they can beat France. And now let's talk about the other game. Let's talk about this game. England against Argentina. This is a historic game. On, off, whatever you want to call it. It's a it's just a great game, man. 2 teams that were not defending good. 2 coaches that were not having a good tournament. 2 coaches that don't want to attack. 2 coaches that will only rely on 1 or 2 players. 2 coaches that will stick to one tactic, regardless of if it works out or not. And two nations that have been conceding a lot of goals. They have been scoring goals, yes, but for England, it's been Jude, Kane, 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 Jude Bellingham, Kane, Bellingham, Kane. You see the point? You get the point? That's what it comes to. And let's not even talk about Argentina. It's only been Messi, 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 Messi. Come on. Give him something. Give him a place to relax. Give him time to do something. So what does England needs to do in order to win this thing? In order to go to the final? In order to have a chance to win the whole thing? They need to do better. They need to do better defensively. They need to do better attacking wise. They need to keep the ball better. And they barely beat Mexico. They barely beat Norway. And Norway, on large amount of time, they were the better team. They were the better team. They look like the team that's gonna go through. They look like the team that's gonna win the game. But somehow Bellingham happened. Same for Argentina. They score one goal and then they sit back. And then they do nothing. They just keep the ball back, pass around, back to back. It's worse than I thought they were playing in Argentina. And I get that. Argentina had a lot of fans. And I get that. But don't play the occasion, play the game. Play the game. Why do you have to play the occasion? Play the game. If you pass the ball around for like 2, 3 minutes, that's it. You kill the crowd. That's how it is. Nobody's gonna talk. They're gonna wait for you to do something. And then you can actually play. And you can play better than this Argentina team. The only way they're gonna win this game is if they actually go back to the way they used to play. If they go back to the Argentina that we know. If they go back to not the team that just goes. If they go back to the team that we all know and that we love, that Argentina will beat anybody. That Argentina will beat France. That Argentina will beat Spain. That Argentina will beat England, regardless of how good the other nations are. They're just better. They know how to play. They play as a team. They play for Messi. They play for the club. They play for the badge. They play for the nation's team. They play for blood. And now, let's talk about predictions. Who do I want it to win? I want Argentina to win, but it's telling me England is gonna win. England is gonna win. Maybe 2-1 extra time. Maybe it's gonna go to extra time. It's gonna be a high scoring game. I feel like this will be a high scoring game than compared to England, Spain and France. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a high scoring game. It's gonna be a high scoring game, and just like that, I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be. Let's go back to the other one. Spain against France. It's gonna be. I feel like Spain's gonna win. I know a lot of people is going for France, and I get that. I understand that. I know why. I don't need to know. I don't need you to tell me why. I know why you're going for Spain. I mean France, because they're the better team. They're the better World Cup team player. And if you want to talk about Spain, they just need their moment. Spain needs their moment. They had their moment in this whole tournament. Lamine Yamal did not have his moment in this whole World Cup. So if it's not, it's just about if they need to have their moment. If they want to win, if they want to have any chance of this World Cup, they need their moment. And I think their moment is going to be in this World Cup, in this game, basically. And for Spain against, England against Argentina, it's going to be Argentina. Come on, man. You got to go with your faith, not what your heart is telling you. Go with your faith, man. Believe. Go with your hope. It's going to be 2-1, 3-1 probably to Argentina. And just like that, we have Spain against Argentina in the final. Or could we see a replay of last World Cup's final? That's what I want to see. That's actually what I want to see. But I also want Lamine Yamal to win his first World Cup at 19 years old. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, man. I'll see you next day. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.